Chapter 3, The Tunnel. Several days later, Samantha bounded into her backyard holding a gingerbread cookie. She had just finished practicing the piano. She practiced piano every day now for 1 whole hour. That hour certainly did seem long. She couldn't wait to get outside when it was over. Samantha took a deep breath of summer air and a couple of long leaps. She stopped beside the tunnel. The tunnel was a hole worn in the lilac hedge between her house and the Rylands, but Samantha had always called it the tunnel. Through it now, she could see a girl. The girl was busy hanging laundry in the Rylands' yard. Could Eddie possibly have been telling the truth? Had this girl really come to live there? Samantha ducked through the tunnel and came closer. "Are you Nellie?" she asked brightly. The girl looked surprised and very timid. "Yes, miss," she answered without stopping her work. Eddie had said Nellie was 9, but this girl seemed smaller than Samantha. "Are you visiting the Rylands?" asked Samantha. This time, Nellie looked amused. "Oh, no, miss. I'm working here," she said. Samantha was surprised. Eddie hadn't said a girl was coming to work, but it didn't matter. Samantha thought it would be wonderful to have a friend right next door. She remembered the cookie in her hand. "Would you like some gingerbread?" she asked. "It's just baked." Nellie looked at the Rylands' house. "Oh, no, miss, I can't." "Won't they let you?" asked Samantha. "No, I don't think so, miss. I've got my job to do," Nellie answered. My name's Samantha. You don't have to call me miss." Samantha put her cookie and napkin down on a stone and reached for a piece of wet laundry. "I'll help you, Nellie, but then we can play." "Oh, no, you shouldn't," Nellie said. She was embarrassed, but there was nothing she could do to stop her new friend. So instead, she hurried to finish the job before anyone could see Samantha working. When the last of the laundry was hung, Samantha grabbed Nellie's hand and pulled her toward the tunnel. "We can eat in here. Nobody will see us," Samantha said. Nobody will see us, Samantha said. The girls just fit into the hole in the hedge, and Nellie couldn't say no to the spicy smell of gingerbread. "Why are you working here?" Samantha asked between bites. Nellie didn't look at Samantha when she answered. "My father worked in a factory in the city, and my mother does washing, but there's 3 of us children, you see, and it's not enough," she added quietly. There wasn't enough food, and there wasn't enough coal. Samantha's eyes were wide with disbelief. She was good at imagining castles and jungles and sailing ships, but she had never imagined hunger and cold. "You mean your parents sent you away? But that's awful." "Oh, no, it's better here. It really is," said Nellie. "The Rylands pay my family $1 a week for the work I do. That's not as much as I earn in the factory, but in the factory, I had to work every day but Sunday until dark. And the air was so hot and dusty, I started coughing a lot. That's why my parents let me come here. The air is good, and I don't have to work so long, and I get good food." With one finger, she collected the last of the cookie crumbs. "Only I don't get to see my family much." Samantha was shocked into silence, but only for a moment. "When do you go to school?" she asked. "I've never been to school," Nellie said quietly. Was it possible? This girl had never gone to school? Samantha's mind raced. "Nellie, I have an idea," she said. "We can meet here every day, and I'll teach you. The Rylands won't miss you for just a little while, and I'll teach you everything." There wasn't enough food, and there wasn't enough coal," said Nellie. Nellie's eyes glittered with excitement as the girls made plans. Then Samantha began talking about everyone she lived with and all the neighbors. By the time she told Nellie about Uncle Guard's automobile, they were both giggling. The girls were interrupted by a familiar voice. "I see you, Samantha. I see you, Nellie. And you're really ugly. You're both so ugly. You're both so ugly you scare a moose. You're so ugly. Eddie, get out of here," Samantha snapped. "I'm telling." Eddie started toward the house. Nellie looked frightened, but Samantha yelled, "Eddie!" in a voice that made him think he better wait to hear what she had to say. "Eddie, if you tell anybody anything about us, I will take your new pocket knife and I will stuff it full of taffy." Eddie stopped. He stared at Samantha, but he put his hand over his back pocket to protect his knife. He began to back away from the girls. Finally, he ran away. When he'd gone, Nellie jumped up. "I better get back to work," she said. Samantha followed her out of the tunnel. "All right, but tomorrow we'll make a telephone. Mrs. Hawkins will give us 2 tin cans, and I can get a string. We'll string it through the hedge where Eddie won't see it. Then we can talk whenever we want to. Oh, Nellie, we'll have the most wonderful time."